Hi everybody, it's Steve NotUdon here. I'm here in my home in America with another shoe unboxing. This is a pair of shoes I've had for a very long time. It's probably the oldest shoes I have in my collection, and probably the rarest in a way too. It's a collaboration between DC Shoes and Shepard Fairey Obey Giant. So this shoe came out in 2002. It was a very limited set of shoes. It came out with a pack with Kaws, other artists, Vic Fedrick, I can't have some of the artists' names, but there's a whole series of shoes they put out basically based on street art. And this pair here was one. This is the Obey Swift. It's a size 10, which is it's not a size I wear. And when they made the shoe release, I really wanted to get a pair, but they only manufactured up to a size 12 when they came out. There was nothing in a large, there was no 13 available, so I couldn't buy them when they first came out. Then years later, Beautiful Losers, the art collective, did a retrospective of their artwork, and they cleared their archives out, and they had shoes left over, and this is a pair they had in their archives that I was able to get at a very good price. So I was able to find these shoes not aftermarket, but from the manufacturer group, Beautiful Losers, and I got a real good deal on it when I bought them. So it's a pair I really like a lot. I'll never wear them because they won't fit. It's a size 10, but it's probably one of the better pairs in my collection, in my opinion. Now, for me, I've been collecting shoes, as you know, following these videos, have a good shoe size collection. But really, street art is where it started for me. I've always been a big fan of current culture, and for me, collectible street art was a way to get into that because what's happening now in the world. I always talk about how beautiful the masters' works from previous generations are, whether it be Renoir or Picasso, whoever you're talking about. But they've all passed away, and their artwork has become kind of out of our price range. Where artists like Shepard Fairey, their artwork is basically artwork you can afford to buy. So I've been buying his artwork for many years, and this is a kind of a cool collaboration between Obey Giant and the shoe. So the box itself does have a print on the front of it. This is one of the first prints I ever bought from Shepard Fairey Obey Giant. It's the Osaka print series. He did a series of work over there in 2000, 2001, where he bombed the streets of Osaka and put his artwork up and took pictures of the work that was over there. And when I was in Osaka for work in 2001, I saw his artwork up on the walls, and then they released this print series soon afterwards, and I was able to get this print, which is kind of cool because it's the streets of Osaka where I was at, the streets of Japan. The box itself has other artwork that you can see as well. The cool thing on the bottom, it does have a stencil that you can take and cut away and make your own spray stencil. You can do your own graffiti work by then taking spray paint and putting his logos around the city. I'm sure you've seen this logo elsewhere in cities, probably around the world, and it's kind of a cool thing that he does. So that's the box. Let's look at the shoes. It does talk more about the shoe on the inside here. You can probably take a look here and read more about it to see what, if you take time to do a freeze frame and see what it says about the shoe. But the idea basically talks about the history of Obey and the DC shoes. This is a skate shoe, kind of a new, when DC did this, they're kind of getting into the street. They're always in the skateboard market. They're trying to cross over into the art market as well. So cool collectibles in there. There is a nice card about the artist, has pictures of his previous prints that he did around the same time frame, and information about him as well. His little bio on the back on the card. And this is probably a really cool piece to have because Rick has said now, these very limited release, maybe they said about 1,000 pairs that were made. And unfortunately, like I said, nothing in my size. There was also another DC shoe was on the shoe here, the little Obey DC logo there. But that's that. Let's take a look at the shoes for the Obey Swift. So it's a light blue, like kind of slate gray pair, blue gray pair. The shoe itself is a skateboard model. Let's take both shoes out and put the paper back in the box. No cat this time. So unfortunately, our cats here in America, they don't really, they're out in the back porch. They don't like jumping in the boxes like Toby does. I'm sure if I was back in Dubai, he'd get in the box, but he's not here now. So the shoe itself is a skateboard model, a very utilitarian look to it. Very clean lines on it. I mean, I think it's still contemporary looking. You could wear it now, I think. It would probably blend in with what the kind of styles are happening now as well. Puffy, like an SB in a sense. The really fat tongue for puff for skateboarding is made for comfort. Has tags, has a DC shoes tag on the inside here. You see it there, and it has the Obey Giant tag on the back there as well. You can see DC on the back. The inside is clean on the other side. The cool thing about this one also, and hit the other one out in a second, is the insert is the Obey Giant face. So the one half of the insert here, pull the other half out in a second, show you the other one to make the full logo, which is really cool in my opinion. So it's kind of a neat look and feel to the work that he's done here. So the shoe's reversed a bit here. Let's move it back and forth a bit and take a look at the artwork here. And basically you have what is basically the Obey Giant artwork I keep looking at my phone. The phone is a little behind on time, so it's not up to speed. It's funny to watch the real-time video over time here, but you can see here the logo on the inside of the shoe, which is really cool. So again, Obey Giant, Shepard Fairey. I've been a fan for a very long time, and again, I would love to have these shoes my size, but just glad to have a pair in general. So that's the shoe. And there was 2 Kaws pairs that came out. There's a black and a white pair, I know. There was, I think, Jeff McFedrich. I always get his name wrong. There's a couple of other artists as well in the series that came out. All limited pieces, like I said, at the time. This kind of street art was not particularly well-known or as popular. It was more underground. So particularly the Kaws pieces. I remember seeing Kaws, went to an exhibit of his in about the same time frame, probably in 2002, 2003, up in St. Louis. That's not so sorry, Minneapolis, St. Paul. There's a Saint in there somewhere. It was an exhibition of his artwork. I went there to see a different artist. Dalek had a collection showing there, and Kaws was there previously, and they still had all the Kaws pieces on display from the previous exhibition, and they're still for sale. I remember being there. It was so cool seeing these the figures, the Chums figures, but they were expensive at the time. To me, at the time they were like $100, and to me that was a crazy price for basically a vinyl toy. So I couldn't justify spending it. Of course, now those pieces sell for $10,000 to $20,000, the same ones from that original show. So kind of like I wish I would have bought those. I did buy some Dalek pieces back then to print, but they have not quite escalated the same way as the Kaws pieces have. So in hindsight, I should have bought more of the Kaws pieces, but I had the chance. But it was cool to see his work back then. Now, obviously, you see him in major galleries around the world. Same with Shepard Fairey. His work now is shown in major galleries around the world, major museums, a lot of retrospectives about his artwork too. So if you have a chance to look it up, I do recommend learning more about him and his history and what he's done. Probably most famous for his work with the Hope poster for Barack Obama on that election campaign, but he has a very unique history of artwork that he's done. And again, I think it does kind of parlay very well to the shoe. It's always been that street art skateboarding collaboration. He was a skateboarder himself, so it's kind of cool to see him do a collaboration on the skateboard shoes. It was a natural fit when it came out, I thought. So that's the shoe. It's probably one of the rarest shoes I have. I don't know if it's the most valuable per se, but I think it's one of the more unusual ones you're going to find. I know there's very few in existence. I've seen none of these on like GOAT or StockX, so you're not going to see many of these around. So glad I have them in my collection. So size 10 of DC Obey Swift. That's the shoe. So that's it for the day. Thanks for sticking along the whole thing here. Be sure to follow me, NotUdon, NotUdon on Instagram. Of course, you're watching this on YouTube, it's Troll Wrangler. And then, of course, Toby, we'll see him soon when I go back home to Dubai in a little bit. He'll be on the next video. I'm sure I'll do a video very shortly with him as well. So take care. Appreciate you all following me. Say hi in the world. If you see me in the world, we'll say hi. I'll say hi back to you. Remember to buy what you like and wear what you buy. In this case, though, I'm not going to wear them. All right. Bye.